Good morning. I'm Joe Boardman. I'm the president of Amtrak. It's time the Northeast had a vision of 220 miles an hour, a vision of an hour and a half from New York to Washington, an hour and 24 minutes from New York to Boston. True, very high-speed rail. We're going to go downtown to downtown. We're going to tie ourselves to the transit industry, to the aviation industry, to the automobiles and to the taxis, and the necessity of connectivity while we have that speed to provide the mobility that we need to be globally competitive in the world that we're facing right now. I'm fortunate to have somebody that I've listened to talk about his vision, where he thinks things should go. And I can find and tell you that we're on the same page with your very own governor here in Pennsylvania, Governor Rendell.
Thank you, Joe. Hello, everyone. More importantly than even the times that Joe gave, since we are Philadelphians, Philadelphia to Washington will be reduced to an hour, and Philadelphia to New York will be 38 minutes. Think about it. It sounds almost too good to be true, but it is true. How many of you fly out of Philadelphia International Airport? Raise your hands if you fly out of Philadelphia International Airport. How many of you are sick and tired of the delays and waiting on the tarmac forever? What causes those delays, essentially, is the shuttles that go from New York to Washington, because the north-south traffic disrupts not only LaGuardia, Newark, Philadelphia, BWI. No one should take a plane for a trip shorter than 500 miles. We can help the airline industry. We can make traveling better. We can improve the quality of life in America by bringing true high-speed rail to America once and for all. It's something we have to do to remain competitive. Moving people and goods is the key to a viable economy in the future. The time is now, the will is here, the skill is here. We can do this. It's just a question of, do we have a political will as a nation to get this done?
Philadelphia couldn't be a better place to announce the release of this vision, because we understand the economic development power of high-speed rail. Just since the arrival of the Acela Express service, hundreds of millions of dollars of private investment have occurred right outside the doors of 30th Street Station, because developers understand the market advantage of strong connectivity in mega regions, and they flock to it.
High-speed rail is popular because it offers reliable, short trip times and frequent service. Today we have one Acela Express per hour. In 2040 we'll start with 4 trains per hour, and at that time about 148 trains per day in the next generation mode. For the alignment, the trip times here are shown in yellow, and these are the reduced trip times in red that result from the master plan. But as Joe Boardman mentioned, the capacity of the existing system will be exhausted by 2030. And that's why we have to build this new high-speed rail system. The service plan is very comprehensive. You can see it shown here graphically in color, the kind of cities we serve. We serve every town and city with a service. The next generation express service would service the 4 hub cities of Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. With this new high-speed express, the 220-mile-an-hour service, we can go up to 38 million passengers by 2050, and that's based on models that have been calibrated for the travel preferences in the region. The beauty of this system is that ridership is only about 1/4 of the capacity. So when we build this, when we make this investment, we will have a system that will basically accommodate the travel demand for the rest of this century and probably into the next.
APTA applauds Amtrak's leadership in raising the bar one more time.
So yes, it will help you in 38 minutes between New York and Philadelphia. but on the other hand, it's going to help our nation, which is what we really need to think about. You know,